Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a makeup look using all Tarte cosmetic products. I have been really looking forward to this video because I've been testing out everything over the past few weeks and I'm excited to share with you my favorites from the brand. I have personally been a huge fan of Tarte for years now. I think maybe 2016 is when I first tried the Shape Tape Concealer and it did change my life, and I'm excited to kind of show you guys some products from Tarte if you're new to the brand. Hopefully this will give you an idea of what's worth it and what you might be able to use in your own routine. I'm also excited to announce that I am officially a Tarte affiliate, which means I do have a discount code for y'all, so you can use the code ChloeWin on the Tarte website and get 15% off of your order. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the makeup look. The foundation that I'm gonna be using today is relatively new to Tarte. This is the Shape Tape Cloud Coverage. This is a medium buildable coverage foundation. It has SPF 15 and I really like this because it's a very, very lightweight, almost like a whipped formula it feels like. You apply it to the skin and it seriously is so comfortable to wear. So I'm also using the Tarte, I think this is the Shape Tape foundation brush. I'm going to just pump a couple of pumps of this onto my face. Also, the shade that I'm wearing is light neutral, so if that gives you an idea of what shade to grab. And I always like to start light on my foundation and then just build it up as needed. But I feel like there's nothing worse than like applying too much foundation and then trying to figure out how to blend it out enough to where it's not like smearing across the face. Smearing is a horrible word. Let's never ever use that word again. This is a really pretty coverage. I also love that it's not super mattifying, but it's also not dewy. It just feels very comfortable on the skin. It feels very natural, and I'll go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see it a little bit better. I basically only used like one pump on my skin, and I feel like we have got it covered. I'm gonna do a little bit more on my forehead, but for the most part, a single pump I feel like covered it really well. So I'm actually just gonna pump a little bit onto the back of my hand here, apply it to my brush, and then go under the bangs. I've got these like very pesky zits going on right now, so you can kind of see the amount of coverage that you get with this foundation. And I actually really like to kind of press it into the skin versus a ton of swiping motions. I feel like it looks a little bit more seamless. I'm gonna clip my hair back, mostly out of the way. I know I've still got my bangs, but we're gonna just clip the hair back a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with a concealer now, and I have the Tarte Shape Tape, the classic, and then I also have the creamy version, which is a little bit newer. I think I'm gonna go in with just the classic Shape Tape because it's just always worked for me. And I like to kind of use it as a spot concealer. You can obviously use it under the eyes. I don't typically conceal that often underneath my eyes, but this works really well if you do. And I'm just taking this concealer brush, blending it out here. And I honestly probably applied a little bit too much because a little bit goes a long way with this. I'm gonna go back in with the foundation brush. And typically I'll take whatever's left on my brush from my concealer and I'll just kind of pat it under the eyes. And then we're gonna try to cover up this dang zit that formed yesterday. This is what my skin looks like with the Shape Tape Concealer and then the cloud coverage. And as you can see, it's not a super heavy, thick coverage, which is why I really like the cloud coverage. I'm going to set my face now using the Shape Tape setting powder. I found this other powder though that I wanted to share. This is the Shape Tape pressed powder. So this is almost like a powder foundation. So this actually can add some more coverage. So what I'm gonna do is take the pressed powder and grab my concealer brush, and I'm gonna conceal this zit even further. And this actually adds coverage, which I have found is super helpful when trying to conceal a zit. So I'll like double up on the Shape Tape and then this can like really cover some acne. And then I'll just take the pressed powder here, and you can use this or you can use a brush. I actually really like the poof because I feel like pressing the powder into the skin It just makes it so seamless where sometimes the brush can pick up the foundation that you just applied. So I like to put this on using this puff and just kind of pressing it into the skin. And I feel like it just makes your skin so blurred almost. It looks like you have a filter on, but again, it just feels really, really light, which is what I like the most about it. This is like one of my favorite things that I've tried from Tarte recently. And if you're looking for a really nice setting powder, I love this. You can see my skin now. It really looks like the setting powder like blurred my skin out. It looks like I have like an Instagram filter on. So now I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. I have two bronzers from Tarte. I actually use both. I really like both. This one is the Park Ave Princess bronzer. This is a waterproof bronzer and it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's a really, really pretty bronzer. I've been loving that one. And then this one I've had for a little bit. This is the Sugar Rush bronzer and I think they repackaged it, so on the website it will look a little bit different, but this one also has some shimmer to it. And this one's a little bit more of a warmer tone, so I really like this one during the summer. And then during like the fall and winter, I feel like this one, since it's a little bit cooler tone, feels more appropriate. So I'm gonna take a little powder brush here and I'm going to apply my bronzer, and I really like to start it in the hairline and then kind of work it forward. So I'll just start it over here in the hairline, kind of blend it into the hairline and then kind of press it in. I'm big into like pressing versus like really buffing. I know you're supposed to like blend, but I really like pressing product into the skin because I feel like it doesn't pick up other product as easily, but that's just a personal thing. So this is the bronzer. Really, really pretty. For blush, this is the Tarte Bloom blush. They have a whole Bloom line, which I'll show you guys in a second with their eyeshadows. This one is a really, really pretty blush. And I'll apply it almost like on my cheekbone where you would apply kind of like highlight versus really focusing it on my cheeks here. If you apply it higher on the face, it kind of lifts the face a little bit, which I really like the look of that. So I like to apply my blush kind of up here and then work it down and apply like a little bit here on my actual cheeks, but I like to keep most of it higher up on the face. I've started doing this recently and I really like the way that it looks. And then I always apply some to the nose because it makes you look like you've been out in the sun a little bit. I love the bronzer and the blush combo though. I feel like my skin looks really, really good. You can see it looks very natural still. This is the exposed highlight. I've been using this for over a year now. I really, really love this. This is a super flashy highlight. Another really pretty highlight though is in this palette. So this is called the Eye and Cheek palette. I thought it would have a different name, but it's literally just called the Eye and Cheek palette. This is a really great palette if you are new to Tarte and you want everything kind of in one palette. So you have a really pretty corally blush, and then this highlight is actually so stunning, and these eyeshadows are really, really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and just use this one since I've used this one a lot in the past. High points of my face, so like upper cheek to the nose. Actually really like applying my highlight to my eyes. So like right underneath the brow and then just kind of all over the lid, honestly. I feel like it's a good kind of base to any eyeshadow look. I have definitely acquired some Tarte eyeshadow palettes. I love their eyeshadows, especially their Tartelette line. This is the Tartelette in Bloom. If you've been with my channel for any amount of time, you know I talk about this palette so often because I think it's truly one of the most versatile and user-friendly palettes. I take this one with me whenever I go on trips because you can do anything from a daytime look to a nighttime look. You can see we have really, really light shades, shimmers, and mattes, and then you have shimmers and mattes in the deep range as well. It's the most user-friendly, most versatile. I always recommend this one to friends because I truly just always grab it whenever I need one thing for a trip. Another palette that they have is the Tartelette Toasted palette. This one is kind of similar. It doesn't go quite as deep in the shade range, but this one is definitely more of a warm tone palette. If you really like those oranges and those kind of warm browns, this one is really stunning as well. Again, you have mattes and shimmers. And then this one is actually new. I totally forgot I got this one, so I haven't actually tried this, but this is in the the same line, this one is more pink tones. So you do have kind of that like orangey gold, but for the most part, these are gonna be your pinks and your purples. So depending on what shades you're drawn to, they have a bunch of different varieties. My personal favorite is still the In Bloom. I just think this one is so stunning. It's just beautifully neutral. It doesn't really lean either way, warm or cool. It kind of does both, and I think that's why it's seriously so versatile. So this one is my top recommendation. If you're wanting to go big, go for the Tartelette Full Bloom palette. So this is the same palette, but it's giant. And I posted about this on my Instagram stories and you guys were obsessed with it. It is seriously such a stunning palette, but this thing is huge. This isn't like a super travel friendly palette. If you are trying to like simplify your makeup routine, this will definitely give you so many options. So it's really great to use and to have on hand if you love experimenting and just mixing different colors for eyeshadow looks. But if you're looking for something that is not like overwhelming every time you pull it out in the morning, like if you get up and you don't have the mental energy to like pick out an eyeshadow look, this one, seriously, it does everything you need it to do. And I think that this is seriously just one of the best palettes ever. So we're actually gonna use my favorite one. Even though I love this one, I think this one is just my tried and true. So we're gonna use this one for the eyeshadow look. I love taking these middle shades right in here for the all over lid. I honestly just mix everything all the time. I feel like I'm never like doing the same look twice. Maybe is not great for tutorials, but think of this more as like a just get ready with me than a straight up tutorial. I used these two shades right here, these two like bottom ones. Do the same over here, kind of all over the lid. Really like this shade, this like firecracker shade right here. Apply that kind of in the middle of my lid. I'm gonna grab a different brush here and I'm gonna go for like these two shades. So this one is like a black, which I love using as a liner, but when I'm doing like a smoky eye, I'll use these to like smoke out the look and then use this with a liner brush. And it works honestly just like an eyeliner. But I'm gonna take these shades and do the outer corner. And these are so pigmented. You can see it just shows up immediately. And then kind of blend it out and up. You can immediately just take a look from day to night. It is the best palette. I'm gonna take this color down here, which is a shimmer, and just do the inner corners and under the brow bone. Said it a billion times, but I just love this palette. So now I'm going to do mascara. I don't actually do my brows because you don't see them under my bangs, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. I've got two, the Man-Eater mascara and the Lights Camera Lashes mascara. The Man-Eater mascara is amazing. This is what the brush looks like on it, and I actually like this for more natural lash days. Whenever I want them to be super separated and not clumpy, I really like using this wand. But for this look, since we kind of went a little bit darker, it's already kind of a nighttime look, even though I wear this look at all times of the day. I'm gonna use the Lights Camera Lashes mascara, and this one just gives you a little bit more volume. So I'm gonna opt in for this one, but both are amazing and I haven't had either one bleed under the eyes, which is really, really nice. I'm gonna curl my lashes here. Such a good mascara. Look at that. And I have like straight, short Asian lashes, so you know it's good when it looks good on my lashes. Such a good mascara. I love using this. So this is just one coat of the mascara. It's so good. Like, I don't even really need a second coat. So amazing. If anything, y'all, this mascara, that's all I'm saying. It's so good. I'm going to apply some eyeshadow to my lower lash line. I forgot to do that, and I don't typically forget to do that, but that is a huge part of my eye look always. I use the same palette, go in with this shade again, and I'm just gonna apply this to the lower lash line really, really lightly. just to give it some dimension here, because we did go so dark on the top. So now onto lips, and I have so many lip products from Tarte here that I'm gonna just talk through really quick because they're all good and they all do very different things. So these are a balm. I can't remember the name of these, but these are kind of like a lip balm. Super, super hydrating. Another really great hydrating lip is the Juicy Lip. They're just so glossy and hydrating. So these are actually new to me. These are the H2O balms, and these ones are a little bit more matte, but they're so stunning. They're like a big lip pencil almost, and I really like these. So I'm gonna use the color Zen, which is kind of like a brick orange, but it's still very neutral and wearable. And I love that they're not like matte in the sense that they're gonna be really dry, but they're nowhere near as glossy as the Juicy Lips or the other balms. These ones also smell like mint, which is really nice. So this is what the lip color looks like. I believe this is the full makeup look. Really quick, I wanted to bring you guys over to the window so you could see it all with good natural light. I love this blush and bronzer combo. I think the whole look looks really nice. Obviously, if you want a more chill look, you don't have to go as heavy-handed as I did. I love that you can always build up their products, take them day to night, and use them for any occasion. But that is the full makeup look. I would wear this during the day, even though it's a little bit more of a dramatic kind of smoky eye. I still think it looks kind of natural. I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough of some of my favorite Tarte products. Of course, I'll have everything linked down below, the shades that I use and all of that. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you end up trying any of this stuff out, and if you are new here and you want to stick around for some more videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you back on my channel, and I will see you guys in my next one really soon. Bye, y'all.